Okay. Is it recording? Yeah, recording. Okay, fine. So let me share the screen. Can you see the screen? Anyone, please reply. Can you see the screen? Anyone? Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Please mute your mics. Okay, so let us start fourth module. So fourth module in your textbook, chapter 10. Okay, you have to refer chapter 10 in your textbook for fourth module. So fourth module is all about indexed sequential file access and prefix B trees or B plus trees. Okay. So this chapter all deals about indexed sequential file access. We already studied about indexing, right? So and we also studied and we also discussed about the sequential file access. So in this module or in this chapter, what we are doing, we are mixing both index approach and sequential approach. Okay. So these are the contents of this whole module. So first we are going to discuss indexed sequential access and then maintaining a sequence set, adding simple index to sequence set, so on. Okay. Okay. So let us start with indexed sequential access. Okay. So what is indexed sequential access? We already studied about, we already discussed about indexing, right? You know what is index. Okay. Is that clear? What is indexing? We already discussed, right? Anyone? Please reply.
Yes,
Yes.
set of records.
Yeah, we already know what is not set of record. So we are accessing records or we are accessing files in indexed mechanism through indexed mechanism. We already studied that multi-level indexing, right? We already studied
In
that.
alphabetical order, right, sir?
Sorry.
In alphabetical order.
Did you remember? Didn't you remember what is indexing? We already discussed in third module.
Yes, sir. You
Yeah,
said you
yeah,
gave an example
yeah.
of a text
Okay, fine. Yeah, that's right. Good. So
contents
here,
of a text.
okay. So what is indexed sequential access or indexed sequential file access? See, in this, let me put like this. Okay. Okay. So here we are using two words. One is indexed and other is sequential. Okay. Indexed sequential access. What does that mean? That means what? We are putting two mechanisms together. So one is indexing and other is sequential. Okay. So see here, access which can be either indexed or sequential, right? Consider you want to access some record in a, so here what you are doing, you are applying both the approach. So indexing as well as sequential approach. We already know what is indexing approach. Okay. What is sequential? We are accessing in sequence, right? In sequence, number wise. That is called sequential, or accessing the data as it's stored, okay, upon the time. That is called sequential access. So here what we are doing, we are combining both indexing as well as sequential. Okay, you can answer why we are combining both indexing and sequential. We could have used only indexing. Why? Because it is better. Okay, better than sequential. What happens sometime, we need sequential access also. Sometimes we need, okay, not all the time. We need sequential access sometime. Okay. So see here, for both interactive and random access. Okay, for random access we need indexing, but we already know co-sequential process. I think you remember it, right? Co-sequential process. Did you remember? So co-sequential process, what we are doing, we are taking multiple input list, okay, and combining it, and we are producing single output list. Did you remember this? Yes or no? Co-sequential. Anyone please reply. you there? Anyone? Hello?
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Am I audible?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, tell me.
Hello.
Can you hear me? Hello?
No, sir.
You can't hear me. ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? Can you hear me?
Hello.
Yes. Can you hear me, Ifra?
Now it's audible, sir.
Uh,
Yes,
okay.
sir, it's audible.
Okay, fine. Did you remember co-sequential processing? Yes or no? Just answer yes or no.
No, sir.
Oh, why? Co-sequential processing. What is
Just
co-sequential? Co means what we are doing. Yeah. Okay. What we are doing? We are taking two input list. Okay, or two input list of records. Okay, and we are combining those two input list of records, and we are producing one output. That means what? Input list are sequential. That means what? Already sorted, and we are producing output sorted list. That is called co-sequential processing. So for co-sequential processing, we need sequential access. Okay, for random access, we need indexed mechanism. But for the co-sequential processing, we need sequential access. That's why in this chapter, in this module, what we are doing, we are combining both the methods, indexing as well as sequential methods to access the files. Okay. Okay, then next, okay, why indexed sequential access? To keep a set of records in physical order by keys. Okay, as records are added and deleted. So here, what happens? We cannot sort out the records. We know that. Yeah, however, we can sort out the keys, but physically we cannot sort out. We cannot sort the records. We had to access those records as they are stored. Okay, for that we need this type of mixed mechanism, that is indexed and sequential access. Okay, next, did you understand why we need indexed sequential access? Why we are combining both the mechanism, both the approach? Yes or no?
yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So next, let us move to the next slide. Maintaining sequence set. Okay, maintaining sequence set. So what is sequence set? Okay, what is sequence set? What we know, we have the records. Records are the building blocks of the file. Okay, so what we are doing here, we are combining some number of records, and we are making a block. We already know what is block. We studied in the first module. Did you remember what is block?
A unit of record.
Yeah. No, yeah, unit of record. Okay, so how we are creating blocks? We are creating blocks by grouping the sectors.
And
Did you remember?
sectors.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
cluster, sector. Did you remember that
By
first module? Yeah.
fragmentation. For the
Yes, right.
purpose of fragmentation.
So block, generally what is block? Block is what? Group of sectors. So here in this chapter, block is a set of records. Instead of considering one record, what we are doing, we are combining the records, some records, not all records, some records, and those numbers are defined. Okay, some records, and making one block. Okay, making one block. Why we have to make a block? See, if we want to add a record or delete a record, if we consider single record as a one unit, it will be a headache, right? So to avoid that headache, to avoid that complexity, what we are doing, we are combining some number of records, and we are making one block, as we done in the matter of sectors, right? So here, let us discuss some more things about the blocks. So what are the benefits of blocks? If we makes a blocks by considering the group of records, a way to localize the changes. That means what? If changes happens, that will remain within the blocks. It won't go outside the block. That means what? It won't affect whole database. Only in block it changes, right? Now, restricts the effect of an insertion and deletion just a part of the sequence set. That means what? As I told you, localize the changes. If you add some record or if you delete some record, that affect only within the block, not to the whole database system. Okay, block size must be optimized. Okay, so here irrespective of numbers, we cannot define the block size. It must be optimized. Okay, that means what? In within a block, we must have, say for example, 3 records or 4 records or 2 records, like that. We must define optimizedly. Okay, why? Because we have limited number of primary memory. Okay, and we must optimize the time also, performance. To keeping all these things in mind, we have to give the optimized size to the block. Okay, now let us discuss some more things about the blocks. Okay, insertion and deletion. Okay, insertion. So what happens in insertion? See, we already discussed that block size is pretty. For example, say 4 records are maximum can be stored in the block. More than that, if we want to store or insert the record, what we have to do? We have to split, right? We have to split the record. Okay, did you understand this? First point, insertion of new record into block. Did you understand? Yes or no? Nobody is replying. What happened? Yes or no? Hello? Anybody is there? If you are not interested, I will stop the class. Otherwise,
Excuse me, sir.
yes, tell me. Yes, tell me, Ifra.
Hello.
Yeah, tell me. Hello, yes, tell me, Ifra. Hello.